Hey guys, LordInvishil here on Maddie's Daddy 12's channel. He gave me the chance to show you guys some of the stuff that you can see over on my channel. I believe this is going to be a featured video on his channel, so thanks so much to him for featuring me. In this video, I'm going to talk about basically what's shaping up to be the new format so far. Now that YCS Toronto and just earlier today YCS Guatemala have ended, we are able to kind of, I guess, put together some thoughts about what's going to be happening with this new format, or at least for the earlier half of the format. We know kind of what's going to be going on. So first off, a lot of people thought that the ban list really slowed down the game dramatically. It did definitely take apart a lot of opening turn power plays that a lot of decks had before. But if you look at things, the game is not really that much slower, especially when you have pretty much a lot of top decks have a lot of really strong plays. I would say right now, a lot of the decks that you need to look out for are probably Windups, Heroes, Dino Rabbit, Dark World, and YuGiOh. And all of these decks have first turn setups that can be pretty intimidating. I mean, it's not quite the same as last format. It's not quite the same level of herp derp in most cases, but it is still definitely dangerous. Windups, obviously, there's a threat of the OTK, or they can just do the first turn Shockmaster. With Heroes, they can just like throw down a Stratos and back him up with 4 back rows, which is really annoying for me particularly. Dino Rabbit is almost the same thing. They don't get the first turn Rabbit quite as often anymore, but if they do and they go into Lagia and back him up with some back row cards, that can be really hard to play against. Nothing's really changed there. It's just that it's less often, and the tour guide follow-up is less often. With Dark World, they can draw through their deck in a frenzy on the first turn and search a bunch of cards. And with YuGiOh, of course, the main, I think, turn 1 setup that deck has is YuGiOh Armor. That card is really terrifying because once they have it that if you don't get rid of it soon enough, it's going to net your opponent a bunch of free advantage, or they're just going to leverage it into an Exceed play or a Synchro play or something that's going to kill you. So this new format, really, it's not a gigantic improvement over the last format, to be totally honest. I mean, yes, it is good that Inzectors can't really function anymore. Yes, it's good that Windups don't have that hand loop. And, all the other stuff that happened with the ban list, all that stuff is good. But the game isn't really that much better off, like a lot of people are making it out to be. I think we're going to have to see a little bit more diversification and side decking and stuff as the format goes by. I don't think you're going to be able to rely on the same cards over and over again, especially with new decks like YuGiOh coming out. I think that the threat level of YuGiOh Armor might push some people to start using cards like Nobleman of Crossout in their side decks again. You might see people siding System Down again because the whole Cyber Dragon into Chimera Tech thing is nice, but it takes up valuable extra deck slots. It takes up valuable main deck spots if you main deck Cyber Dragon, because I know a few decks are just starting to do that for the strong matchup against Heroes and things like that. But System Down is really not that bad of an alternative. You pay 1,000 life points, you banish every machine your opponent's got on their field and in their graveyard. I really don't think that card is that bad, honestly. Yes, there are going to be some times when the YuGiOh Karakuri build in particular can put out Naturia Beast, but it's not quite like pure Karakuris where they focus on getting out the Naturia Beast. So I really do think that spell card based answers are a lot more consistent against YuGiOh. So that's just a quick roundup of what I think the new format is shaping up to be, guys. Thanks again to Maddie's Daddy 12 for letting me put this video on his channel. And make sure to check out my channel at youtube.com/LordInvishil and subscribe if you like what I post. And I'll see you guys later. Peace.